Hello everybody and welcome back to a Valentine's edition of a watercolor episode. So we're going to be painting a similar raindrop effect to this tutorial, but it's going to be heart-shaped. So perfect for Valentine's Day. You can use it for Valentine's Day cards or just crafting in general. So what we're going to do is start out with our light wash here, but it's going to be in pink this time. And instead of leaving a circular shape or a sphere, we're going to leave a shape in white of a heart. So actually it would probably be easier if you first painted the shape of the heart, like so, and then filled in the rest of the space here with your pink. You want this wash to be quite light. I don't actually like how dark mine is here, so I'm just going to try and lift off some of this paint. Fun fact, Valentine's Day is actually my birthday. So every year in school, I always thought everyone was celebrating my birthday. But obviously it was just Valentine's Day. Perfect, so we've got our light wash here. So we just need to let this background dry before moving on to the next step. So now that this is dry, we are going to take a liner brush. I'm using my Quadruple Zero by Winsor & Newton, and as always I've linked the products I use in the description. And we're taking the same color that we used for the background, but we're not watering it down as much, so it's going to be a lot more intense, and we're just going to be creating these reflections that you see here. So actually, just gonna, you can see it a little bit better there, what I'm doing. So I'm going to outline the tops of these hearts, and given that this is my first time doing hearts, I'm not sure whether I'm going to create the accent on just one side or both. We'll see in a second what my paintbrush decides to do. So just two little reflections there on the side. I think I'm just going to do the one for now. And I'm going to take a slightly larger brush for this next part, because we are going to fade out this color and create a gradient. And we're going to leave the bottom almost white. So I'm not going to create a reflection on this side. I'm just going to try and follow the same gradient here. And I'm going to leave the right side almost white the bottom right side. Like so. Perhaps a little bit more definition here. So while that is drying, we just have to define the bottom part, and actually it might be better to just wait for this to dry so that you don't, when you're doing the bottom shadows, that it doesn't bleed into your heart. So just let it dry completely and then we'll move on to the next step. So now that our heart is dry, I'm going back to my quadruple zero brush to create the shadows at the bottom. So I'm going to start on the right side of the heart here, and then a little bit on the left side. This is a lot different than a drop, right? Because it's not completely round. And then again, we're just going to make that little gradient from the shadow outwards. I'm going to take a slightly larger brush to make it easier. And actually, I'm just realizing now, because this is the shape of a heart, the shadow should sort of follow the same, it's not going to be a perfect circle. It's going to be a little bit disfigured. I'm not too happy with, you can see that there's much more of a nice gradient coming from this shadow. So I am going to, I'm going to cover this entire area again with water because we don't want our shadow to have harsh lines like it does there. So I'm just going to try to fade that shadow back in with the background here. That's working out nicely. So you're just covering this whole thing with water again. Trying to go around the heart. Okay, so now we're just going to take that intense pink again, and that's going to be a lot nicer there. Much more gradual gradient and shadow coming from that. And I'm just focusing my shadow kind of on the bottom right side. And there's our little heart teardrop. Obviously it doesn't look as realistic as our water droplet there, but it's a fun little project that you can paint on Valentine's Day cards or just have fun with. That's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this little mini tutorial, and stick around for some more Valentine's Day themed tutorials.